that wouldn't support our show. You know why? Because they didn't have the money to do it themselves. See, a lot of Christians, no offense, they talk a good game. And that's why they do go on mission trips, because they can't do the real mission trip here. And I don't say that to offend people. I'm not. I don't say that to offend people. But there's help needed here.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
And I think sometimes people run from God's true calling because the easy one of being in church is right there. Because it's easy to come to church. Because there's no accountability. You just show up. I'm telling you, I know what it's like behind closed doors. We built a ministry before, from ground up. I know what it's like. So you're not fooling me and I know the word too. So pastors, ministers, that you can't fool me with the word. And I do know it says this, that we're supposed to live in abundance.
Yes.
I do know that we're not supposed to be broke. So if you're struggling with money, something's wrong with your ministry.
Wow.
You're not supposed to struggle
That's right.
financially. You're supposed to have money. In fact, Scripture says that Jesus came, that you may have life and life more. It didn't say Jesus came, died on the cross so that I can struggle and live check to check. Is that what it said?
No.
Because if it said that, you need to stop reading that Bible. Go back to the original King James. There's all kinds of different versions now.
KJV, right?
Right? Man, you really do look like one of the containers. After I looked over there. But let me tell you that this is a calling. What we do here is a calling. I don't look at it as a career. This is God's calling for David and Shanika. This is what we do. I'm able to speak in front of you now and influence you. Why? Because of our calling. Does that make sense? Because of the success we've had. Because if we weren't successful, if you didn't know who we were, you wouldn't be listening to me right now. You would have checked out a long time ago. Because you'd have said, who the hell are they? I don't know them. But you're listening, why? Because of the calling. You're listening before the calling because of the calling. See, if you look at Primerica, what it has allowed Shanika and I to do is go beyond the four walls. Why? Because we have money now. Before, we couldn't leave the four walls. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But now, we can buy the four walls. So years ago, I love music. I was in the music business before Primerica as well. And I had to put that on hold because of the kind of music we were. Plus, we didn't have the financial resources, truthfully, and it wasn't the right type of music. But over the years, I have a love for Christian music. I love Christian music. I love gospel music. And I love what it does to people, because music is a very important part of our lives. Right? If you get the right kind in your spirit, right? If we can spread the gospel through music, right? We can have a huge impact. So one of my goals was to have a concert. My wife and I we started a new record label last year. It's called Legacy Movement. And the reason why is because one of the ministers of music came, one day I walked into the church and I was going through some things, and I walked into the church and Brandon, his minister of music, Viviana, and he was singing that song, I Can Depend on You. And at that time, that it wasn't a full song yet. But immediately that song ministered to me so much that I said I wanted to download the song like shortly after service. So we were going somewhere that day, and I called the minister of music. Mario, and I said, hey man, his name's Brandon. I said, Brandon, who's the artist that's on that song? I wanna download it. He said, David, you can't download it because that's my song. I wrote this song, we were singing it in praise and worship, and I said, well, listen, we need to record that song. I wanted it just to record it for me, not to put out on iTunes or anything like that. It was just for David because that song really ministered to me. The name of the song is I Can Depend on You, right? And he's